dancing. Yes, thank you. I love your energy. Hey there, Red Hawks. I'm Uriah, and this is
Paige.
And we are on an LMC journey.
Today we are on the main campus in Benton Harbor, and right now we're in the L Wing, where we have the Wellness Center, the library, and visual arts classes, and as well culinary classes. And today we are going to have a cooking lesson. Let's go in there.
Alrighty, so this is Chef who's going to be helping us today.
How are you guys? Okay, so I figured we will show you, I will show you some of the chocolate techniques that we are becoming famous for here at LMC. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make what's called ganache. It's a filling that we use for chocolates. Okay, what I have here, I have, we started with cream and chocolate. See? So we make what's called an emulsion, okay? And by that I mean chocolate has fat, heavy cream has water, and this is basically white chocolate, heavy cream, and pistachio paste, okay? We mix that together, but we're going to bring it up a few notches with vanilla, real vanilla. So this is, you guys can smell it.
Oh, see, yummy.
It's actually a flour. This is where vanilla comes from. So what we'll do, you cut it open with a knife. See, we split it open, and the goal is to get all these black tiny little seeds out of it. That's where the flavor is. Okay, so you see all these, we scrape with the back of the knife to get that. So this, it's quite pricey. Like a vanilla bean is about $7 a piece. So what we don't use, we wrap it in plastic, we put it back in the freezer. Okay? So a lot of times it's a good way to check for quality. If you see those black vanilla tiny little seeds, it means that it was made flavored with real vanilla. So I just scrape this like that. That should be enough. So here you know what to do with this, right?
Yes, chef.
So now what we do, we stir. We have an emulsion. So this is our pistachio filling. I'm going to let this set, and then I'll come back and work with it. So, all right. So the chocolate is now at 89 Fahrenheit. So this type of chocolate has to go through a tempering process, okay? So I have to melt it to 122 Fahrenheit, pull it down to 84, bring it back up to 89. So depending on the temperature, I will get different textures on chocolate. It's really a lot to learn, right? Imagine if this was like 20-minute learn about chocolate. I use a wooden spoon because wooden doesn't get it's pretty much room temperature. So if I put a metal spoon, the metal spoon will be hot or cold. That can change the temperature of the chocolate. So all I do, I fill this with chocolate. I try to go from the side. Perfect. Now I take this, I clean the excess, and I'm gonna come and work over here. So now, once we do this, we go ahead and separate the chocolate. Pretty much I want to get, if I did it right, I should have enough for almost every cavity. So, and it looks like I was off a few, but no problem. I can always get some from a neighbor, you know. So now that I've done this, I do this here. I tap. It gets rid of all the air bubbles. Like, we will not have a design on these guys, but if like those, we painted designs. So for example, this is a mold, and this one we painted with cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is that substance that chocolate comes from. It comes from a cocoa bean. Do we have any cocoa beans back there somewhere?
The giant. Let me check.
Okay, so we with masking tape, we put tape and then we spray. We have a spraying booth here where we actually spray chocolate, and then we allow the cocoa butter to set. Then we use the mold just like I use here, but the cocoa butter will adhere to the shell. Does that make sense? So when the chocolate gets cold, it will bring the paint with it. So yeah, thank you, sir.
Yep.
So see, this is the actual cacao bean. So this one is dry, but they open it and then it has all these beans. It looks like sort of like coffee bean, but then this gets grinded into a paste. Then they add chocolate. They add sugar, and then you have chocolate. So eventually we'll be making our own chocolate here. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
All right. So now the chocolate stay here for a while. I just move the excess. See? And you see, it's already cooling down. It's already crystallizing. We use the word crystallizing because it's got fat crystals that allow the chocolate to set. Then what I do now, I remove any excess. So the chocolate, you need to let it crystallize. And then at this point, I'll take this to the cooler for about 5 minutes. Then I'll get it out and then I'll fill it with the ganache that we made before. All right, so now we're going to put this. Should be good. That's enough. So what I do now, this is called tempering it. I move this back and forth. And you see all the black tiny seeds from vanilla. They're pretty much all mixed and they're going to do their job, which is to release flavor. And then these chocolates tomorrow are going to taste better because all the flavors will have a chance to mix. But
that's the black stuff that you see in vanilla bean, right?
That is correct. Yes. Yeah. That's black tiny little seeds. Yeah. So by cooling it, by doing this, I make sure that the mouthfeel of this ganache it's correct. So it's not grainy. So it's like fudge. You know, fudge has to cool down on a marble slab so that it's easier to melt in the mouth, not in the hands. So it's got about a few more minutes, a few more seconds. But if you guys want, there's gloves there. You can take your time and put gloves, and I'll have you give me a hand of doing this.
Baking shows and they talk about the ganache. Now I know what it actually is.
Yeah, ganache is a filling, yeah. It's made with chocolate. So now I'll take this and I have my glasses, so Alright. So I made this nice and tight. So what you're going to do, I'm going to open it, you open and close, open and close.
Okay.
But gravity will do the thing, okay? So you don't have to apply much pressure. So
I've done this part.
Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit perfect. Yeah, just close it. Now you open and close.
How far do I go in?
About, that's good right there. A little bit less. Yeah. There you go. That one's perfect. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. So if you keep this straight, then you can, perfect. Let me show you, and then you'll take over. So, okay. So always erase a little bit, but so you just, if you keep it straight, see? All yours. Perfect. So you can stay, yeah, you're doing good. Very nice. So normally we wait a day for these to set, but today we're gonna finish them. So when we cut into one, we gotta be careful not to get ganache all over our mouth, you know. So you can just go around me and put the rest back. So check this out. So now what we do, we put this in here, that way. Then I take the spatula. Yep. Now we'll take this to the cooler. All right. So we'll peel this off, and we're going to get them out. You know, get them out of the shell. They're not quite ready, but they will be able to come out. They should come out. Okay. So what we do, we take a tray, and then we just heat them up a little bit. A little bit more. So here's one. See, I'm gonna take a few more. They're coming out. So you just knock on the door and they come out. But this is the idea, you know. And then we'll make a little room when we cut them open. See? So the filling is here. So I'm just going to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the first one.
This is so good.
But to me, you like that better, right? In the spring of 2020, we'll come back to a brand new kitchen with state-of-the-art equipment. We're going to have a confectionery room where we'll do chocolate work. We're going to have a student-run restaurant where one day a week students will be preparing quality meals for a very good price. It will give them a chance for them to practice the techniques they're learning in my classes. So we have a lot of good things ahead of us for next year. This is my third year here. I love it. Everybody's very friendly. My students are the best students. We do a lot. We spend a lot of time together, right, Gary?
Yes, we do. It's fantastic, and every time I do it, I'm always learning something incredibly new, and it's amazing. I'm speechless sometimes with the things I learn in this class.
Thank you, Chef. We had so much fun, and I hope you guys liked this video.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe. We're right down below. And if you have any questions, leave them there. And as always, don't forget to use that hashtag LMC Journey. We're out.